now he's starting to feel better. He's starting to move more, and same thing with my mom. And now they're like, okay, you know what? Like, yeah, we understand. I'm like, yeah, all those years of going back and forth, but now like you get it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
different.
awesome. That's awesome. What did your dad do?
So my dad and my uncle, they both own like a private jewelry company.
Jewelry.
Yeah, jewelry. That's one of the things of like Armenian families. Almost one person in your family is gonna be a jeweler. So growing up over there is really was really, I think, eye opening, because seeing my uncle and my dad, uh, like they had nothing. They came from nothing. Like they came straight from Lebanon, or like started their business, working through their business, and how they like, yeah, they have a big factory. They have like workers and all that stuff. But I was there for all of it. I was a kid.
Started from scratch, from
Started
nothing.
from
American
scratch.
dream.
Exactly. Literally trying to have the American dream. And I based like my whole life of trying to be, and again, not to sound cheesy, but how my dad and how my uncle have been, because they were able to start from nothing and then support all of their family members, support like their parents, support their kids, you know? So being able to do that as well. And like, again, I love that my parents helped me out with everything, um, and giving me opportunities and all that. So being able to give back to them is something that I need to do, like, and I want to do. It's
Yeah.
really like motivating, because I've been there with my dad. He's working late hours into the night, just doing jewelry stuff, um, and then growing to whatever he and the man he became now was like very very like motivating. So anything that I do, like in my life, is like working towards that. Um, and a lot of kids now, I feel like, have taken like, it's really easy to be lazy, especially because, okay, like, oh, your parents did the easy part for you. They made everything established. Okay, you have money now. They pay you this that, like, you know, like there's no motivation to want to be better, and I hate that. And like I said, like it's really easy. There's all these kids that, yeah, their parents became like crazy rich. Like, okay, I'm just gonna live off my parents' money. I'm not gonna do shit. I'm gonna go to high school. You don't even have to go to college, or you don't even have to go to school. At least work. At least like do something. And I think that's really important. Like it develops you as a person too. Doesn't matter you're going to your family business or do whatever, but having that motivation to wanting to grow and um, just provide for your everybody else, not just only think about yourself, I think is really important.
Yeah.
Because now, like, I see kids that just sit there and mooch off their parents' money. I mean, we live in Burbank. You see all the sports cars driving
Yeah,
around like
yeah.
Burbank High School and stuff. Sometimes I leave my house.
Bentleys and
Yeah, I feel
everything
like it's a car
else.
show. This like 15-year-old kid comes out with a cigarette in his mouth and he's driving a Bentley
Yeah.
right in front of like the Starbucks area too. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Um, so I think, like, I would thank my parents for help, like
The values, giving
the
you
values given. And as much as kids think like, oh, it's just like parents are talking and stuff, it is important. Um, and hopefully, whenever I have kids of my own one day, I can instill the same things into them. Maybe not be as harsh as my parents, but like make them grow properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a perfect example. So someone has said this to me before too. Is like, you see LeBron James. He's like a crazy athlete. He's um, like everywhere. And he's, how old is he? He's almost 40 years old. He's still practicing. He's still doing amazing. But then you look at his kid. Again, not trying to talk shit about great people, but like you, the effort that he's put in my opinion, isn't as close as his dad's, and that transfers into everything, like in life in general. Like you have to put effort in to want to grow, because it's so easy to just like kick back and let everybody do something for you.
You had told me like you as a kid growing up, seeing your dad and your uncle like work as hard as they did was very motivational for you. Um, and then his son or these other situations like with some different families they grow up and they have a lot of money and whatever and they're set and but they're not hungry, right? They have no ambition. They're like, oh, I'll just live off of my parents' money. You had mentioned growing up. Why do you think you're different? Why do you think that you think the way you think?
I think the best way I could put that is like having to go through struggles or seeing that with my own eyes really opened my
Going through
mind
the
up.
struggles with your
Yeah,
seeing your
with my
parents
family.
struggle.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because I was there whenever we didn't have anything, and I was there whenever we had something. I learned to appreciate everything throughout that entire process. And yeah, there are other kids that just their minds are just open to everything being rich, but it also comes down to the person too.
Mm.
It comes down to the person, because if you're someone that doesn't want to grow, if you're someone that just wants to be lazy, kick back, get fat, not do anything, you could do that. But there are people that that have grown to successful families and are able to like appreciate both sides, and that comes down to the person as well. Obviously, your environment has influence on you, for sure, but I think being able to see both sides of like both sides of the coin, being poor and being
Yeah.
not wealthy, but like being wherever we are now, um, really like made me appreciate the struggle and everything like that.
Knowing that can change, right?
It
Can
could change. It
right?
could change anytime, because
Yeah.
something could happen and it could all go away.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And having like a true, honest business, there's a lot of like shady stuff. People do a lot of shady stuff for money or like backstab other people. So having like a good environment around you, having good friends, having good family, and keeping like that tight knit circle is really important.